Spawning in the top right-hand corner of ley lines, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing SHUL Esports. It is GuMiho. The mech god himself. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And oh my god, we're proxy. We have not just one, we have two SCVs for GuMiho, and we have not just one, but two SCVs. Sorry, two SCVs for GuMiho and two SCVs for ByuN. Let's go. And they see each other. they spot each other as well. That's a little bit awkward. Oh, actually, no. GuMiho. Okay, balls away. Proxy's in the center. He still commits. He's scouting. Yeah, he's checking. He knows. He's like, hold up, something's wrong, something's weird. And GuMiho, he will find the proxy. He will find the building SCV, and he will deny the racks. Ay. Again, a bit of a Spider-Man moments there, where both players were doing the same build. But GuMiho, he does shut down the proxy. Meanwhile, ByuN, he has no idea of the proxy in the center of the map. So late racks out of ByuN. GuMiho, he's in a better position. And again, just a really awkward game state here. Now, ByuN, he saw the SCV earlier, but he also saw it go back. He's checking. He does check, does confirm. ByuN, he will come across the proxy, but he won't stop it. He will not stop it. This one will finish. And the Reaper production is going to be in favor of GuMiho. He has the Reaper's already on the way. ByuN, his own racks is not done. Is that just game? I mean, this is just such a big delay. It's such a massive delay here. I mean, sure, there's going to be SCV, so we can pull the boys, right? ByuN is going to have to pull the boys to protect that Reaper. Behind this, factory's on the way. Lay racks or proxy racks. Oh, it's delayed proxy and shut and like scattered proxy racks against what GuMiho is going for. He's checking here. Ooh, so he doesn't quite assert his advantage. Basically, GuMiho, he was making sure that there was no proxy finishing, and he pulls back. Yeah, he does pull back, does pull away. Behind this, ByuN, I love that he's here like in his middle line. Basically, his Reaper is safe in the middle line because he can pull the boys. So he pulls away for now. Just being safe. GuMiho, he doesn't commit. Expanding back at home. We're building up. Okay. We are building up from here. GuMiho, he can catch that Reaper. He can, and he will. Yeah, the Reaper is going to go down. Nice pickup. Takes down the Reaper. Marines are under fire. No more production. There's only 2 Marines. Yeah, only 2 Marines left. But last, GuMiho is going to be forced back. Get a dangerous position there for ByuN. Remember, he has a reactor on the racks in the factory. Okay, the Hellion is popping out. Hellion has arrived. Whew, he's okay. ByuN is okay. Behind this, GuMiho going into mech with accelerators, coming into mech. No surprise there. No surprise for GuMiho. Pulls away, massing in more cyclones. And what's important here as well is that ByuN's contained. ByuN, he's stuck on one base. GuMiho taking his own, already starting to saturate. GuMiho does have the greater economy. The cyclone has arrived, and he has high ground vision. Gets a lock on, gets a Marine. Takes down the Marine, just bullying ByuN back. Definitely does break out. Again, we're just looking for the lock-ons. So far, ByuN holding on, going for a drop. Second cyclone has arrived. If GuMiho realized what's going on, he can't just break the natural. He's going in. He's going in for the natural. Going in for the mineral line. Does get an SCV. And 1, 2, 3 SCVs going down. ByuN relying so heavily here on this drop. Does boost into the main. GuMiho out of position. He's rallying everything across the map. Oh my god. Nice control. And we're about to get a little bit chaotic here because all these SCVs are falling, but at the same time, ByuN gets into the main. Gets into the main base. GuMiho has to pull away. SCVs are falling from both sides. ByuN, I feel like GuMiho could try to break into the main. I was thinking about it. Going for the CC. At the same time, I have GuMiho defense. He defends back at home. And is that going to be a kill? That is! I have to kill the CC. The command center goes down. ByuN down to one base. Just one base setup. Once again, I'm loving the breaking of the lock-ons. Does micro, does lift those cyclones. He does save his army. And GuMiho is getting a third CC. Doesn't even need it right now, I'll be honest. Going into BC production? He has a fusion core. What's going on? Let's go. GuMiho takes the lead, kills the natural. So what does he do? He expands, gets to third base, and works towards BC production. Tech Lab is on the way. And going for battle cruisers. This is unnecessary, but sure. It's a little bit scary. ByuN's all in. ByuN essentially one base all in. Like it's all or nothing for ByuN. GuMiho will siege. Tank Boy is going up. And GuMiho should shut this down. Takes out both Cyclones, takes out Medevac. GG gets called, and GuMiho, he will take game number 1. He will take a lead in the series. Whew. GG. He will take a lead again. A very chaotic game stage with initially mirrored builds. Remember, both ByuN and GuMiho went proxy 2 racks, but ByuN faltered. ByuN, once his SCV got scattered, he pulled away. He pulled away the second SCV, I should say. GuMiho, he committed. Also, GuMiho, he recognized, he's like, hold on. Why was your SCV moving out like that? That is not normal. Like SCV scouts are a rare thing in this matchup. So for the SCV to go back was very suspicious. And with that, GuMiho, he checked, he confirmed, he read it well. He shut down the proxy, and with that, took a lead from there. ByuN, he was behind for that moment. He was trying to recover, trying to settle back in. GuMiho, faster natural, faster economy, more map control. GG. GG, well played. GuMiho just all over ByuN in that game. And with that, GuMiho takes the lead, and now we are jumping to game number 2. Game number 2 going to be on Tokamak. We'll see if ByuN can force the ace match, or if GuMiho can close it out here and now. Let's go. Here we go. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing SHUL Esports, leading the series 1-0 and 1 game away from advancing on into the next round of GSL. It is GuMiho. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the red Terran representing Shopify Rebellion, down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back, we'll see if he can recover and force the ace match for Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. Here we go. Players are setting up, and this time we're calming down. This time the Raxes are back at home. This time there is no proxy, there is no cheese, there is no hyper aggression. This time we're just gonna calm things down and get into mech from back home, because if we know one thing, it's a GuMiho. He's gonna throw in extra factories like that. That's just gonna happen. Oh boy. Unfortunately, we were denied the battle cruisers. GuMiho last game, he was working towards them. He had the tech lab on the way. He was gonna have some fun with some BCs, but I didn't quite get there. We'll see if he can get there this time. Here we go. As GuMiho does open up double gas. So double gas to open out of GuMiho. What does that mean? That means a faster factory. So faster tech, faster factory out of GuMiho. ByuN opening up single gas, so he's going for a faster CC, a faster economy. So we have a more economic opener out of ByuN. We have a more aggressive opener out of GuMiho. I say aggressive. You could also argue this is safer. Basically, if ByuN was going for a proxy, if he was proxy 2-axing 2 games in a row, then GuMiho would be able to shut it down. But we can see that ByuN is just being more greedy than anything. So as we open up, I do want to favor ByuN when it comes to getting into a longer game, but GuMiho with the faster tech means that he will have the potential to get some earlier damage. Ooh, as we are going for a proxy starport. Okay, let's go. Now this could be one of two things. We could be massing up Hellion Reaper and we could go for a Hellion drop into the main, or this could be Hellion Reaper for the natural and we can go proxy Liberator instead. For a Liberator right into the mineral line, right into the main base. So do we go Lib, do we go Medevac? Yet to be determined. Regardless, this is all in favor of the natural. Like there's no natural. The natural is heavily delayed for GuMiho in favor of the starport. So hyper aggression from our Terran. And we have the answer, Liberator, not Medevac. So Liberator into the main base. Meanwhile, we Reaper Hellion towards the natural, causing a distraction. Going for the mineral line. SCV goes down. Ooh, but GuMiho is trapped. Yeah, he's going to be trapped here. He's going to be locked down. Rough position for GuMiho. And losing this army too soon is brutal. I say that. He's breaking it. Never mind. He breaks out. No shot. He was supposed to be trapped, but he does break free, does break out, does take the fight. And ByuN's in trouble. ByuN, he's in trouble here. As now he has less to do with this army. Liberator is making its way in. And this Cyclone has to defend against the Lib, but also defend against this army as well. He can only do one. He can only do one. Oof. As Marines are getting punished. Yeah, he breaks through the Marine line. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 Marines go down. And here comes that Liberator into the main base. Cyclone, what do we do? For now, distracted by the Hellions. Mining is being denied. The boys being pulled into the Hellion shots. Oh my god. As we wait for the workers. 6 SCV kills already. Getting 7. 7 SCVs go down. GuMiho expanding behind this. And this is good damage. Oh, he will lose that Liberator. Yeah, there's no escaping. Liberator falls. And we're going Fusion Core. Now, this is dangerous because ByuN knows there's a proxy. ByuN, he knows that there has to be a proxy starport. But he doesn't look for it. He goes across the map instead, which means this battlecruiser is going to be coming. Jump across the map. Oh no. GuMiho, he's ready to intercept. Hoping to intercept. Doesn't quite pull it off. Drop is coming in. Banshee across the map. Back at home. What do we have to defend? We have a soon to be 2 Cyclones. I do favor ByuN here. ByuN has micro potential. There we go. Breaks the lock on. Does break the lock on. Scouts the Fusion Core. He knows. He knows, he's aware of brutal lock on here on the Medevac. The Medevac is going to go down. Massive pick off. GuMiho defends. He defends. Likewise, he attacks across the map as well. Ooh, Banshee falls. The Banshee wasn't quite worth it. And remember, the Fusion Core got scattered. Do we still make the battlecruiser in this position? Like, ByuN knows. Do it. Go for it, Pappy. Go for it. There it is. He's going for the BCs. He's crazy. Let's go. Oh no. See you in the chat. Is this the final series? Yes, this is the final series of the day. The final series of the group. To determine who makes it through into the next round and who is eliminated from the tournament. And we're still sending it. You know what he's doing? He's going BC despite being scattered. And he's going for a 3rd CC as well. God damn it. Is GuMiho being too greedy? As ByuN is pushing, by the way. And yeah, I was about to say that again, ByuN, he knows it's a proxy. He will find it. He will shut it down. Yeah, this battlecruiser is a little bit too ambitious. At the same time, auto charge harass across the map. Auto charge into natural. Ooh, this is a brutal loss though. As ByuN, he will lose that Raven. Raven does go down. And this BC should not complete. Yeah, it's a little bit too ambitious there. It is going to be denied. And now, as we take a moment here, where exactly are we going? Double starport. Mate, GuMiho. Is he gonna go double starport, double tech lab, double BC production? It's happening. He's doing it. He's crazy. Okay. I see you. Show us the tech labs. Show us the tech labs, man. Aye. He's going 2 port BC in the TvT. On 2 bases, by the way. I mean, he's getting a 3rd. Yeah, there it is. There's the first tech lab. Tech lab is okay. Just one tech lab, but Viking first to be safe, then another tech lab. Crazy. At least he's making the Viking first. Meanwhile, ByuN is being hyper aggressive. Again, GuMiho is being so greedy here. There's a high chance that he's going to be punished for it. He's checking and scanning for a third. There's a third CC on the way. ByuN dropping into the natural. GuMiho not quite in position. He does have a tank. He does have some cyclones. But ByuN just has a massive supply lead here. Army supply lead specifically. And we'll see if GuMiho can hold. Here comes the drop. Yeah, drop does avoid the natural, going straight into the main. Tank does siege. And boys are being pulled away. Boys are being pulled. Lock-on on the tank. Very nice lock-ons. And GuMiho is cleaning this up. Will clean this up. Very nice defense. At the same time, though, the third is under fire. Bleeding out 6 SCVs. He is going 2-port BC, by the way. It's another Medivacs. Medivacs they rally through. Both Medivacs go down. ByuN, that was an expensive trade. He lost 2 tanks and 2 Medivacs. Yeah, big losses for ByuN. But he does at least contain GuMiho on 2 bases, and he takes his own. Takes his own third. 4th CC is on the way for GuMiho. We can see ByuN now going for a second starport, going into Mass Viking. That's going to be his answer to two battle cruisers. Did he scout? He did. Yeah, he saw. He saw the BC production. He knows. So even though he lost both Medivacs, that was actually worth it, I would say. Like just so this doesn't catch him off guard. Like ByuN, he knows what's happening. Massing up more Vikings. First BC moving out. There is a turret in position. Turret at the natural, turret in the third, and turret in the main. Again, ByuN, he's ready. He can steal the tech lab. He can. If you recall, when we were casting, I think it sounds like you missed maybe you missed the Korean qualifier. In the Korean qualifier, GuMiho did steal the tech lab over the weekend. I think it was against, was it against Bunny? I think it was against Bunny. But you can steal the tech lab. This is a VOD. The stream is live. There's not a VOD. Oh. But here we go. Cyclones in towards the natural. BCs, they're going to be denied by the Mass Viking. ByuN holds. Yeah, does hold on. Likewise, the Vikings, yeah, they land on the tanks. They're going to clean everything up. And GuMiho, he will lose the army. Tanks are all cleaned up. They're all shut down. That's going to appear out of ByuN. GuMiho bleeding out so many tanks. Behind this, so look at that worker count. Thanks to that 4 CC as well. Up to 78 SCVs. GuMiho with a booming economy. That's what's keeping him in this game. Did I say 4th? That's a 5th CC, by the way. The 4th is already done. It's floating over. That's GuMiho being so greedy, just mass expanding. And again, a Terran player that mass expands like this is terrifying, because they will have the more efficient army. Only time our result? No, this is a couple of days though. Couple of days. As we're going for the doom drop.
Our SCVs are
GuMiho moving in. Oh! I weren't quite intercept. Yeah, going for the 4th base. The CC is under fire. It's going to go down. Yeah, the 4th base is denied. ByuN pushing in towards the natural. We have mass BC behind this. How many Vikings? 15. Ooh, 15 Vikings. Not bad. As GuMiho is still making more battle cruisers. as he's going across the map. Does make his way over. Oh, catching up 2 tanks. Nice figures here by ByuN. Very nice pickups. So we do trade, we can teleport back home. BC's a shut down an expansion. Speaking of shutting down expansions though, yeah, GuMiho, there's no escaping this. He can try to save, but no, sure, he just doesn't really have the army to work with. Again, the army supply here for GuMiho not high enough. He does save the SCVs though. Does save his workers. The command center should go down. Again, GuMiho barely has an army. And he's searching. Oh, ByuN doesn't find it. Likewise, I should emphasize, when it comes to the army, it's mainly Viking for ByuN. ByuN has 20 Vikings and 1 tank. It's insane. He has more Vikings than Marines, and almost as many Vikings as Marines and Marauders to put together. The mass Viking, let's go. Jesus. GuMiho trying to catch him out. Okay, does move forward. Takes down 2. 2 more tanks going down. Rotating over. GuMiho did save his workers. They did just rally. And in the face of this army, GuMiho is just going mass cyclone. And a couple of tanks. A couple of tanks building up. BC's moving out for another counterattack. This time there are turrets ready. This time ByuN is prepared. ByuN still has momentum, still has map control. Does spot the cyclones. He reacts with his ground army. Vikings are on the way. And they're close enough. They're going for the BCs. And it looks like they will snipe one. Oh, it's close. Barely not. Barely not. And ByuN now going to Mass Liberator. We have the Fusion Core on the way. Again, the Fusion Core for ByuN should just be for Liberator range to go into Viking Lib. ByuN is the first to max out. Now, what is scary here is that ByuN, he has done a great job when it comes to denying the 5th base. True, he's denied the 5th base twice now, which is great and all. But what's scary here as we are maxing out is that he's giving GuMiho time to max out. So even though ByuN has had the larger army for quite some time, that is soon about to change. Soon about to change here. As GuMiho is catching up. And I would say with a more efficient army, at this point I would say that there's just a lot of supply invested into these Vikings, and I don't know if that's necessarily worth it. Like it's a lot of supply here in Vikings for ByuN. I mean, GuMiho is still making BCs, so I guess it is worth it, I guess. We'll see, depending on the engage. What kind of Vikings? I mean, in this kind of game state, Thors are a good addition. Cyclones as well. Like, over time, we can just pick away the Viking count and whittle it down. But a lot of it will come down to the engagement, right? It's like, on the one hand, yes, Cyclones and Thors, they can punish Vikings, but that's what the Liberators are for, right? The Liberators are designed to take control of the ground, right? To take control of the ground, to zone back the army. So it depends on how the armies kind of come together, how they clash, how they engage. It still comes down to the positioning. So far it's going to be 3 Thors. Battlecruisers, they do have their teleports. Vikings, they're coming in, they're on the chase. That teleport does get away at the same time, actually supporting the main army. Here come the Thors. And the Thors are here. Tanks are pushing in. Ooh, ByuN out of position. The base is forfeit. Yeah, the base is forfeit. The base is going to go down. ByuN was out of position. Now moving in. Got to respect those liberation zones. The freedom is here. Freedom is now. Yeah, ByuN just going for the counterattack. Go for the base trade, potentially. Yeah, he just sends it. He just sends it right down mid across the map instead. GuMiho out of position. We're just going for the bases. Going for the tanks, going for the third. GuMiho is trying to race back home. But ByuN's already here. ByuN will knock down the expansions. Cyclone's running around as well. Down goes one of the CCs. ByuN now going for the planetary. Meanwhile, GuMiho, he wants those Vikings. Now, what's scary here is that the Liberators aren't there to support. Liberators are across the map. So, ByuN fighting without his Liberators. And ByuN, he will get 31 SCVs. That's a lot of economic damage. He'll take down 2 bases. And he has to pull away. GuMiho is unable to keep up. So, ByuN, he will escape. GuMiho from here will keep on pushing. The Liberators are still a little bit late to reposition, but they're on the way. They're now moving in. And again, GuMiho is forced to make his own Vikings. Like, it's all about air control. Like, that's what TvT turns into. It's just all about air control here. And GuMiho, he's going to have to get rid of his tanks slowly over time. And make more Vikings. Needs more of his own Vikings. Nice lock-ons. Liberators late to siege. Another base going down. Oh, GuMiho has to fight with his Thors. Takes down a CC. Oh. GuMiho does overextend. Nice lock-ons with the Cyclones. Cyclones, they do punish. Base goes down. BC's going into the main. Here comes that liberation though, and the Thors are stuck. Yeah, Thors have to fight. They're going to be shut down. BC's into the main. There's not really much to kill here though. They can go for some production. Okay, they get the CC. They get the command center. Oh, this is an orbital, not a planetary. Uh-oh. Never mind. ByuN does hold. ByuN, he holds, he defends. Vikings punished by the Thors. Thors moving in. Vikings, they land. ByuN, he can take this fight. Yeah, he can, and he will. The Vikings, they overwhelm. They shut down the army. GuMiho plummeting in supply. Oh, likewise, a rough fight. Vikings for ByuN, just too good. He's hunting down those BCs. Teleport's on cooldown. He can't escape. He can't get away. The BCs, they're going down. Finally. Yeah, one BC falls. We can guide back. Gets 1. Gets 2. And again, there's no escape. There's no escaping this. Every BC will fall. And from here, GuMiho, he'll lose like the backbone of his army. Lose every single battle cruiser. At the same time, Hellions are denying some mining. True. Getting some SCV kills. But ByuN has an army. ByuN, he has an army. I can't say the same for GuMiho. What a game. What, this all started with attempted proxy BC. It's crazy. Yeah, it's from here. GuMiho is just bleeding out supply, bleeding out units, Hellions, Cyclones. ByuN has a 70 supply lead. And what does GuMiho have left? GuMiho, he has 5 Cyclones, he has 6 Hellions. Just doesn't really have much left. And ByuN should have this. Again, he was just able to establish and race into that air control really early on. I would say a lot of this game actually did hinge upon the fact that ByuN saw the double starport earlier, if you remember. Like, that did trigger ByuN to get his own second starport and get his own Viking production underway. If it wasn't for that scouts, I mean, it would have been a very different game. But he did see everything. With that, GuMiho who loses another expansion. GuMiho down to 1.5 base mining. Going for bottom right. Liberator will deny. Yes, more SCV is going to be pulling 20 SCV kills. And ByuN is going in for the kill. Now it just brings everything together. He's moving in. This again, just a handful of Cyclones. Handful of units left. Liberation has arrived. Oh god. And no, it's coming in. GG gets called. GG as GuMiho, he is broken. And ByuN will tap the series 1-1. We are going to the ace match. Whew. GG. We're going all the way to game 3. Again, a very intense back and forth. It all began with GuMiho being hyper aggressive, going for a 1-1-1 proxy starport. Initially did well, if you recall. Initially he was doing a lot of damage, but then he went into the Banshee and the BC follow, which got scouted, it got shut down. The BCs never really got any damage, really. Like they at times got a couple of workers, got a couple of pickoffs, but nothing too substantial. In the end, ByuN was able to scout, able to confirm, able to shut them down time and time again. We did see GuMiho had some good moments here when it came to his main pushes, but ByuN did a great job of punishing it, just counterattacking, right? Just recognizing he could not push into the tank line, just counterattacking, and likewise was able to scout early enough to confirm that he needed to go into Mass Viking. And really, those are the MVPs to deny the BCs, to gain air control, and to allow his Liberators to dominate. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're going all the way to the ace match. It all ends here. It all ends on Maganatha for the final game of the series. Let's go. Who's proxying this time? Who's... Oh no. Let's find out. As we are getting into game number 3 and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Maganatha, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Blue Terran representing SA2L Esports. It is GuMiho. Being forced into the ace match. Being forced and brought into game 3. We'll see if we can bring it back. As spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. Bringing it back and forcing game 3. Momentum is on his side. It is ByuN. Here we go. So now we're settling in. And again, welcome to Maganatha. Maganatha being the largest map in the map pool, longest rushes and spike grounds. We do expect GuMiho to embrace mech again, but this time no proxy. This time the Raxes are both back at home. Last game, GuMiho did go for a proxy starport, but I can't imagine he'll do that again. I can't imagine. We'll see. Double gas. Double gas open out of GuMiho, Rax expand out of ByuN. Once again, ByuN going for the economic start. Once again, GuMiho going for a faster factory into a faster starport into just faster tech. All the tech. Yeah. So we have that factory on the way. So far, so good. We're settling in. There's no SCV out on the map, not this time. Reaper scouting for proxies. Again, it is ByuN, so wouldn't put it past him to proxy even in the ace match. So GuMiho is just checking here for the proxy rack's location, making sure he's safe before expanding. So a very safe setup here from GuMiho. Once again, checking here towards the third base location as well. Once again, confirming no proxy. ByuN did the same. ByuN, you can see here he did scout the third location as well. So both players making sure. Ensuring there's no shenanigans. Yeah. From here, add-ons open to Cyclones. I'm sure the first of many. And ByuN going for his own tech lab on the factory as well. It is risky to move out with the first unit, but GuMiho is checking for the CC timing. Does confirm the orbital's already on the way. He can compare it with his own. He knows it was a faster CC. So he knows that ByuN is being more greedy, more economic. Oh, okay. Going for the add-on swap. From here, we can go into early Banshee or early Raven. And the answer is Banshee. Banshees are on the way. So GuMiho opening up Cyclone Banshee. Meanwhile, ByuN opening up with no tech lab on the starport, going for the drop play instead. So Cyclone drop out of ByuN. Cyclone Banshee out of GuMiho. And we'll see if ByuN can get across the map. Again, he's waiting for that starport. Does load up. Does move out. ByuN, sorry, I should say GuMiho does barely scout the drop. Oh, getting position. Does get in position. Hellions at the same time into the mineral line. GuMiho getting pulled apart. Losing 2 SCVs. Oh, just the one. Just one SCV. And this shouldn't be as much of a surprise here, but GuMiho, third CC. Third CC after the starport. Very greedy here. I believe ByuN saw this. ByuN, yeah, he did see, he did confirm. He responds with his own third. So GuMiho's third is faster. ByuN, a reactive third CC, is on the way. Not too much later than his opponents. We're building up. Factories on the way, should be no surprise. We do see mech from GuMiho. Meanwhile, ByuN going into his own Raven, into his own Endurance Matrix, into what should be ByuN as a follow-up. What should be. Oh, second starport already here out of GuMiho. So a big adjustment as opposed to the previous game. Really early Viking production out of GuMiho and a big prioritization of the second starport. So basically this game, GuMiho, he's ensuring that he will maintain air control with mass Viking. So double starport production early on. Meanwhile, across the map, we have Ravens, so no Viking here by ByuN. ByuN, he barely did not see the second starport, so he's not aware. Just getting into his own bio production, his own Marine Marauder. And this is a more of a traditional form of mech here from GuMiho. Because he's going for the second starport, because he's investing into more Vikings, he is not going for maximum accelerators, he is fixated on mass tank Viking. Now you might be thinking, is this greedy? The answer is yes. You can see how vulnerable this tank line is. Yes, there are a lot of tanks, but they are so spread out and there's so little to support them. The way to do so here, we have to land the Vikings. Like, if there's ever an early push, if ByuN were to move out, we need to land those Vikings to protect these tanks. It's the only way. We have to pull the boys as well. It can be a very messy defense. GuMiho is being greedy. Behind this, Fusion Core. Ooh, that's a tech lab. That's not a reactor. He's going into BC again, but this time unscouted. So far, he likes his BCs, but he likes them. So working towards his battle cruisers. Scan towards the base, does get eyes on the Viking count, so now he's aware of the prioritization of Vikings. Ooh, ByuN out of position, losing 5 SCVs. 5 SCVs going down. Nice run by here by GuMiho, likewise locking onto the Raven. Banshee does make it out. BC production has begun. For all ByuN knows, we still have more Vikings on the way, right? Like, he knows that, okay, all the Vikings and the Banshee as well, there should be a second starport. He's aware of that much at least. ByuN is moving out. ByuN is pushing. As we mentioned before, GuMiho has been quite greedy here, but at this point it might be too late. How many tanks is that? 7. 7 tanks. Again, very little support outside of Vikings. Tanks are very vulnerable on their own, but if they can siege up in time, it's going to be fine. Yeah, GuMiho does spot the rocks. He's ready. Yeah, GuMiho set up. Massive tank voice going off. Oh my god, does punish ByuN. Raven goes down. Medevac as well. And another Viking. Not quite the Raven. Second Raven does survive. And the BCs are amassing. And they are completely unscattered. Now double armory on the way. Double upgrades. ByuN going for drop play. Zonaga's in favor of GuMiho. Likewise, spotter racks as well. Gonna be difficult to get across. As he barely will miss the Medivacs. Medivac's moving out. BC coming in. Ooh. As ByuN is set. He's set up. He's sieged up. Ooh. Losing the Raven though. Yeah, both Ravens go down. Drop into the main. GuMiho doesn't react. Does he respond? The answer is no. There's nothing at home. He's committing. He's going all in. Yeah, the BC has revealed itself. There we go. Does teleport back home to defend. The 1 BC against Mass Marine. Not going to be easy. Boys are being pulled. And they will go for the mass repair. Yeah, at the same time, expansion does fall. The Bio Army tries to focus on the starport, and looks like he will get the starport just barely. But GuMiho still has the lead. Yeah, 2 more. 1 falls, 2 more rises take its place. Why not just mass starport, more BCs? At the same time, ByuN coming from behind, but there's a tank line. Yeah, the tanks are sieged, tanks are ready. Vikings, they need to land. He needs to land. Oh, going for the Medivacs. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. GuMiho, he shuts down the army anyway. ByuN running into the tank line, and GuMiho, he will take the series 2-1. He will overwhelm and take down ByuN, knocking him out of GSL. GG. GG, well played. GuMiho will claim the series. He will advance on to the round of 8 of GSL, and ByuN is out of the tournament. A very intense TvT, very intense back and forth, and a very unique TvT as well. GuMiho not just playing mech, but twice now rushing into his own BC production, this time unscattered. But to be honest, it wasn't really about the BCs this game. Even before that, GuMiho was taking better fights. He got a faster third base, a greater economy. He shut down the drop play, shut down the aggression. GuMiho was all over ByuN. Even if it wasn't for the BCs, like, he would have been able to overwhelm regardless. So really strong and powerful play there by GuMiho. Congratulations, as he will go on over ByuN. And that will be actually our final series of the broadcast. That does wrap up our group, as we can switch our scenes over and catch up on the bracket. Let's go. And we can do more than that as well. So from the top, gee, that was so much tearing. So much tearing. But Bunny did initially take down GuMiho 2-1. Bunny was doing a much better job, I would say, at punishing the greed. GuMiho, even here against ByuN, you saw that GuMiho was being very greedy against ByuN, and for the most part he was able to get away with it. If you want to see the inverse of that, if you want to see GuMiho being greedy and being punished time and time again, GuMiho versus Bunny. Bunny was much more aggressive, much more assertive, and Bunny did a great job at shutting GuMiho down in that first series. Likewise, Bunny doing a great job at also embracing mech against ByuN as well, and also being able to overwhelm. Also being actually punishing ByuN's greed as well. actually, where ByuN tried to cheese, tried to proxy, and likewise ByuN tried to be greedy himself, and he was punished time and time again by Bunny. So really aggressive TvT out of Bunny. This group was successful, did make it through. Meanwhile, Shin having a bit of a harder time here. In the first series against ByuN, Shin, he himself was cutting corners and going for roach play, and he was being denied just from the beginning. It was brutal seeing that. ByuN, he was hard countering Shin in game 1. As a reminder, Shin, he went for, it was like a 340-ish roach horn timing, or maybe even 330, like really early roach timing from Shin. ByuN opened up 1-1-1, no third TC, early Banshee. He completely shut Shin down. Coming into game 2, we saw something similar with Shin also playing roach a little bit later, a little bit more standard roach play out of Shin, but ByuN was able to pull Shin apart and break Shin before he could really get into his own game. Like, it was just really aggressive build and a really aggressive play out of ByuN, denied Shin, and GuMiho had a different approach. He did mech it up against Shin instead, and having a lot of success there. So Shin was the first player out of the group, and of course here towards the end we had GuMiho taking down ByuN as well, but a very intense back and forth between GuMiho and ByuN. GG, well played. Congratulations with that. GuMiho and Bunny will make it through into the round of 8. ByuN and Shin are knocked out of GSL. And with that, we have wrapped up both Group A and Group B. Now, if you missed out on the previous broadcast, we were live this morning. You can see, bam, you can see here. We are on Tuesday. We are here Tuesday. We just wrapped up 2 broadcasts of GSL. We had the morning broadcast with Group A, and we had the evening broadcast with Group B. So we just wrapped up both groups. I do recommend the VODs. Group A was a lot of fun as well. Was very intense. A lot more longer games, what I will say, in Group A. It was like an hour extra long broadcast compared to this one. So here we had much shorter games and much more aggression. Earlier in the day we did have more macro, but I do recommend the VODs. That was a lot of fun. And let us catch up on GSL itself. If you missed out, and if you don't want to see any spoilers, if you missed out on the morning broadcast, if you missed out on GSL, avert your eyes, as we are going to go over the upcoming matches in the GSL. Here we go. So again, we just wrapped up with the initial group stage with Group Stage 1. Up next is going to be Group Stage 2. One moment. Here we go. Bam. Beautiful. As we are catching up. And from the top, we had the morning broadcast, of course. We had Solar and Down. We had Solar and Down advancing on over Creator and Cure. We already had a crazy upset this morning with Cure failing to advance on in the GSL, despite coming in 2nd place, by the way. It was crazy group, crazy results. Solar and Down popping off in the morning. We just had Bunny and GuMiho popping off in the evening. And we have our 4 players advancing on from Group Stage 1 to join the invited player, I say invited, the seeded players from the qualifiers in Group Stage 2. We have our group seeded here. Here we go. Who was waiting for them? Rogue alongside Maru, Hero, and Classic. Jesus, we have a ZVT group and we have a Protoss group. Okay, so Group A will be consisting of Rogue, GuMiho, Solar, and Maru, 2 Zergs and 2 Terrans. Meanwhile, Group B is going to be Hero, Xian, Bunny, and Classic. 3 Protoss and 1 Terran player. Oh boy, and as you can see, 1 week away. 1 week from this message, or actually, technically a couple of hours less than a week. So a little bit less than a week. But June 11th here is going to be Group A. We're not going to be casting it live. That is covered by those over at Africa TV. I should say Soup. They're covered by those at Soup. On the Soup platform and on YouTube by Tasteless and State. They're going to be covering this live. We'll be covering this a couple of days later. It'll be like 2 days later, maybe 3 days later, but on the same week. So next week we'll still be casting this, but a couple of days later via replays. The live coverage will be done by Tasteless and State. And again, this is 1 week away. This is a week and a day away instead. So 7 days and 8 days respectively here for Group A and Group B. Bearing in mind that the reason why there's no, this isn't this week, there is no GSL this week, technically, is because of Star Zagora. Star Zagora starts tomorrow, and a lot of Koreans are traveling to Star Zagora, so to accommodate GSL, they have taken a week off. They've taken a week off. That's why we were able to catch up with our own replay cast and catch up with GSL, because thankfully they do have a week break, so that does give us some time to kind of recover after the EWC week of qualifiers. Oh, So GSL returns next week with Group A and with Group B. Likewise, bearing in mind, GSL is a more condensed version this season, even this year, I should say this year, which is a bit of a shame. There's definitely a lot of criticism to it, but you know, we take what we can get at this point, and that means that day 1 is Group A, day 2 is Group B, and day 3, you can see here we have the playoffs, semifinals, and the grand finals as well are going to be taking place here not too long after, a week and 4 days. Yeah, sorry, a week and 4 days later, basically 2 days after Group B, or I guess 3 days. 3 days after Group B. So 3 days later is going to be the playoffs and the semifinals and the grand finals as well. So basically, all of this is going to wrap up next week. It's all wrapping up next week, so bear that in mind. That is going to be the remainder and finale of GSL, and again, we'll be covering it a couple of days later. When it comes to these group and when it comes to predictions, it's going to be a hard one to call here. I'll be honest, Rogue ZVT hasn't been impressing me. It hasn't been looking too impressive. I do see GuMiho and Maru having the edge there. In general, actually, looking at this, I mean, on the one hand, Rogue and Solo, they have time to prepare, right? They have time to prepare. They have time to cook up some builds as well and get ready for these matchups. I definitely have seen some weakness from Maru in certain aspects of his play, but right now his ZVT is looking really solid. Obviously, he's been A-Raxing a lot. He's been doing a lot of A-Raxing, and Maru and GuMiho are very different players. Like, we expect A-Raxes out of Maru, we expect mech out of GuMiho, so very different Terran players for this group. I feel like a lot of this will come down to how Rogue and Solo come prepared. There are definitely ways to punish A-Raxing, and there are definitely ways to be safe against it or to commit to all-ins. So yeah, I feel like a lot of this will come down to, again, the preparation of Solo and Rogue for their Terran opponents. Meanwhile, for Group B, oh, this is a hard one to call. Obviously, Bunny, all he has to do is focus on TvP, just focus on Terran versus Protoss. That's easier said than done, and a lot of this may just come down to pure PvPs between Hero, Zan, and Classic. And on paper, I still stand by the statement that Hero is the best player in Korea right now. Like, he's the reigning GSL champion. Like, Hero is looking like a beast. Hero, he already beat Maru earlier as well in the qualifiers of season 1. So I'm gonna be favoring Hero coming into this, but I will say that specifically in PvP, we have seen Classic bring him down. Like, in PvP, Classic, he has beaten Hero more than a couple of times. Zan can also threaten Hero in PvP as well. So this is going to be a shaky group. Like, remember, we just saw Cure go down in the group stage earlier. He was 2nd place last season. There's a chance that even Hero will make it out of the groups as well. Like, there's a chance. He's still favored. Like, he's still, I would say, the best Protoss player in the world for sure. But there's always a chance here. Like, these players can threaten him, 100%. They can threaten him. So best of luck. Best of luck to everyone involved. Best of luck to all those that are going to be competing, of course, next week. Best of luck. Oh. But yeah, with that, we're going to be wrapping up. With that, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And again, we'll be covering these groups next week. Actually, I can give you a more straight answer. So next week, GSL is going to be on the 11th of June, and we're going to be covering GSL when? It's going to be on the 16th. Okay, 16th of June is going to be when we cover GSL. So that'll be like, what, 5 days later. 5 days. So we'll be covering GSL on the 16th and the 17th, and I believe the 18th of June as well. No, yeah, 16th and 17th. 16th and 17th, pure GSL. Pure GSL there. Is going to be on 16th, 17th. Otherwise, of course, Stars Agora is going to be tomorrow. Now, we will not be covering Stars Agora. Stars Agora, they have not allowed us to have like any kind of they have not allowed us to have any kind of co-streaming rights or anything like that. So, and there's no B stream either from at least my understanding. So Stars Agora, they do have you covered when it comes to that event, and because of that, we do have a little bit less casting here this week. We also want to take some time to breathe. You can see our schedule. We just wrapped up with the GSL. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. KST, at 10 a.m. AST, we are live with the Pegasaur Cup. Pegasaur Cup, that is a weekly open tournament, so that is going to be in 11 hours. In 11 hours time, we're going to be live on this channel with some more StarCraft, but that's going to be the only cast for tomorrow in the afternoon. That is Stars Agora. That is Stars Agora. That is where Stars Agora does begin. So gonna leave that slot available to Stars Zagora. They're gonna go live, they're gonna cast, they're gonna cover, and I believe that is a 4-day event. It's gonna be lasting four days. That's a lot of StarCraft, a lot of content. Do check it out. Likewise, we have the Latino American League on Thursday. We have Latin League on Thursday. We have the Podcast on Thursday as well. That is our weekly talk show where we talk all things StarCraft. We missed the podcast last week because there was just so much going on with EWC. We didn't have room to have our podcast or have our talk show, but this week we do. So we're going over all the news of the week and wrapping up and catching up with all the content, with all the tournament results. Likewise, we have the StarCraft Evolution League on Friday. We have Kung Fu Cup, we have Fire Cup, we have some show matches, we have MSO, STC, plenty of content on the horizon. If you enjoyed the casting, if you want some more StarCraft, if you want to follow us, then ! Socials in the chat. We do post whenever we go live, and we post on a daily basis on said social medias, and we also upload daily on YouTube. So if you see something, if you can't watch it live, YouTube is the place to be. ! YouTube in the chat, or again, socials will give you a link as well. Again, we do upload on YouTube on a daily basis, and we do also live stream on YouTube at the same time as Twitch. So all of our VODs are saved on YouTube under the live tab. They're all there for you, so you can watch at your convenience. Watch at your convenience. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting, thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate it, and we'll see you guys in 11 hours for our next broadcast. Otherwise, you can follow me at light_VIP. I do also stream on my personal channel. I haven't been able to stream in quite some time because we're casting all the time. Basically, whenever we're not casting, then I'm streaming, and because we're not casting tomorrow evening, I should be live tomorrow. I'll try to ladder a little bit. I'll probably do some ladder and maybe play some other games. Again, I haven't laddered in so long. You know what? Let's have a look together here. Let's have a look together. Oh no. Match history. Seven. It's been a week. It's been 7 days. It's been a week. It's been a week since last Saturday. It's been a while, Papi. It's been a while. So, because of that, we're very much so out of practice. Very rusty. So expect a wall of red tomorrow if I do end up streaming, if I do end up laddering. So you can look forward to that. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for support. So you can follow me there if you wish. I don't ladder here. We reserve the CranKy Ducklings just for casting. Just for more like, you know, quote unquote professional content. We leave our ladder streams and like other games for our personal channels. That's how we do spread things out. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves, and look forward to GSL next week. We're going to be covering that, of course, and also check out Stars Zagora. We won't be covering Stars Zagora, but it's an event worth supporting anyway, as the best players in the world are going to be there. Otherwise, thank you so much, and hasta luego. See you next time. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego. See you next time.